Alright, so basically I'm going to be making a course game along with you guys. And in my game, I'm going to have some AI that's going to seek out the player. They're going to have a wander function where they kind of wander on their own. And then when they come into contact with the player, they're able to sense the player. And then they will go ahead and chase the player. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up real quick. Because I got a request for it, and I figure I'll metaphorically kill two birds with one stone. So I'm going to go to default here, and I'm just going to make a platform for my AI to stand on. Okay. I'm going to go to content, and let's make a new folder. I'm probably going to end up doing this again and delete this project just to clean it up. Okay, so first off, I'm going to make a character class. So blueprint class, go to character, and this is going to be my AI enemy. I'm going to right click again, blueprint class, click the drop down for all classes. I'm going to do AI controller. I'm going to click this guy here because I want that to be the parent of my enemy. Alright, save all. Oh, jeez, okay. New app. Ow. Okay, so let's open both these up here. Alright, so I got the controller and I've got the enemy. Alright, first thing first, I want to attach this controller with this enemy. So I'll go to class defaults, AI controller class, and I'm going to change that to AI enemy controller. Compile, save. Now, by default, I'm going to use the third-person character mesh. I'm going to select mesh and choose SK mannequin. And we want to drop him down -90 in the Z. Nope. Come on. What are you doing to me? Okay. My numlock wasn't on. And then -90 in the rotation, so he's facing forward. Now we want to do anim class, third person. Compile, save. Alright, so now let's go into our controller. Event graph. I'm going to add a component, AI perception. And let's set this up so we don't forget. So census config, I want to add one. I want to choose site, dominant sense, site. Click this little drop down, this little drop down. I'm going to change the range to like 1,000 and 1,500. Detection by affiliation, let's check those on because we're not going to be distinguishing between neutrals or friendlies right off the bat anyway. I want them to sense everything pretty much. All right. So now that that's set up, we can go ahead and start. So the first thing I want to do is set up my wandering function. So this is going to be my wander. So this is essentially going to be my AI characters are going to walk randomly in the environment, just kind of patrol different paths and stuff randomly. So let's get random point in navigatable radius. The origin is going to be get controlled pawn and get actor location. All right. So our controlled pawn again is our AI enemy, whatever instance of it that's in there. Let's set the radius to 1,000. Ow. And I move 2. Plug that into there, and we'll just get another instance of that to plug into the pawn. Okay, and then here on success, we'll do a random float in range. Let's do 1 and 3, and this will basically set it up so when the enemy stops, they'll wait, or kind of a random interval, and then start walking again. And then we'll just call our wander again. Alright, so this is the kind of initial wander setup, we'll go ahead and bring this into the level and test it out. Okay. So first we need we need a nav mesh bounce volume. So let's scale this guy up. Okay, and you can press P on the keyboard. That'll show you the green areas where the AI can go. Right, and let's drop a couple of these guys in here. Okay, so now our AI is walking around. Pretty cool. Alright, so now let's set up our perception and our booleans to be able to check this stuff. Okay. So we'll go to AI perception, and let's go on perception updated, or we want to do this instead. Yeah, we'll do it on target perception updated. So actor, we're going to cast to third person character. If you're using first person, then that's the one you want to cast to. We're going to break our AI stimulus, drop down, and the one we're using is unsuccessfully sensed. Okay. So we're going to do a branch. If you hold B, the letter B, and left click, it'll give you a branch node. And let's pop that in there. And let's make a Boolean variable. Is sensed. I'm going to make 2 of those. If you select a node, move your mouse and hold Control and hit W, it'll duplicate that node wherever your mouse is. Okay, so true, successfully sensed, and false. It's false. Alright, so we can actually test test this. We can plug both of these in. Let's just do this. So we can test it out to make sure it's working. Right, so if we hit in-game, if we look at the AI and hit apostrophe, it'll bring up the AI debug menu, and then you can hit 1, 2 on the keyboard in the numlock, like the number pad, and then hit 4, and that'll show us the perception. Right. So okay, so we see those little boxes there, and that shows us that it's there. So in order to see the print screen, because when we do the debug menu, you see how it says true, and then false, and then true, and then false. So it's working, it's triggering it. Okay. So now what we want to do, we're going to create our chase. So let's make a custom event. Call this chase. And then on our wander, we could do a branch. Check if is sensed is true or not. If is sensed is false, we want to trigger AI move to. And true, we can set timer by function name. And this will be chase 0.05 and looping. And let's just copy those, put that in, and we can get player character for our target actor. And then let's do another branch here. Is sensed. And as long as that's true, we'll do that. If it's not, we're going to clear timer. Timer by function name chase. And we want to call wander again. So he starts wandering. Okay, there is going to be a minor issue with this because we have this delay here. Let's try it out then. Okay. So he's not going to actually check until it cycles through the wander again. But he is now chasing me. I'm not quite sure why he stopped though. Oh, huh. That's interesting. Let's see, what did I do? What did I do? Are clearing it. So that's just true. Let's reduce his movement speed to like 300. Just slow him down a little bit. I'm in the AI enemy. Just click character movement and change the max walk speed. Let's get rid of this delay real quick. Let's see. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. So he's chasing me. I'm gonna get out of range. He stops, he starts wandering again. Yeah, I gotta do a more permanent check. Quicker check for this. Alright, so instead of doing that, let's call it down here. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that works a little bit better. I want to get him when he's walking. Yep, okay, so he immediately switches to me. That's great. Get out of his range, he starts wandering again. Okay, so that's pretty much what you want to do. The reason this wasn't working is because, so it calls wander, goes into the branch. If is sensed is false at that time, it goes to AI move to, and then it won't call this pin to call wander again until the AI reaches the point that it wants to here. Okay, the target point, I guess. Okay, so it won't call that again. So while he's moving, it'll never call true, right? Once he stops, then it calls true, and that's what I had setting the chase feature. So by moving it down here on the AI, the perception, it's then detecting, as soon as this goes to true, it's going to call that chase. So, I mean, technically this isn't really necessary. You could do true, you can just do that, and then on false, clear the timer and call wander. So technically you don't need to do that. It's just kind of a cleanliness thing, just in case it's false at any time, it'll force wander, in case it doesn't call the clear timers, just makes it a little bit less or more bug free, I guess you could say. Alright, so that's kind of a AI wander / chase player when they're detected. You can also adjust this lower or higher depending on how much you want, the range. So if I do this at like that, I always keep kind of an interval of 500 in between the lose sight. So let me enable it here. So as you can see, that green ring is the detection radius. This pink ring here is the fall off radius. So I have to be in that green area for him to detect me, and I have to be outside of that pink area for him to lose me. Okay, so that's kind of the range. And then we have the peripheral vision, 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees in front of him. So if I change this to 70, we should be able to see that when I turn on perception. See the little triangle there? It's kind of hard to see, but that's his vision right there. Those lines. So I could essentially like sneak up behind him and he won't see me, but as soon as he turns around, he's able to. Alright, thanks for watching.